everybody. I'm here for Ranking the Record, episode number 6. This time we're going to go heavy again. We're going to do Testament's The Legacy album. One of the best ever for me thrash debut albums. Easily top 10 thrash favorite of all time. For me, as a music person, it's really hard for albums after the first or second album for bands to really create that or capture that rawness, that stuff that took them years to write. Once they get signed, they're generally popping out albums every year or two, and they're pushed by the record companies. Back in the 80s, which is most of our stuff. So, for me, don't get me wrong, I love their albums. It just doesn't have the same capturing essence, for lack of a better word, as they get longer in their. But then again, you got Firepower, maybe there's one, maybe there's one here and there. You guys know what I'm saying. It's hard to top your debut or your sophomore record, in my opinion. Especially these 80s bands, because they tried to change too much. Anyway, we're going to get into this list. This album's a 10 out of 10 for me, so this ranking was super tough. This could actually change tomorrow. It changed within 2 listens. I listened to this album twice in a row because I was struggling with it. I actually had the number 2 song number 1 the first time around, and then it switched off the second time around. I feel better that way, so. The album flow itself is damn good on its own, I have one big thing with that I put in the middle here. Anyway, let's get this list done. This is 9 songs on this album, so we'll go from 9 to 1. Number 9 is Do or Die. Again, great track, great heavy track. I tend to like more of the melodic thrash stuff, like Metallica. That's kind of my favorite kind of thrash stuff, where it has that, melodic sound to it. But on this album, I really like that just hard pounding thrash, like you're hearing now with Over the Wall. So Do or Die is number 9. Number 8 is Raging Waters. I had this song from number 5 to number 8. I mean, I've had such a struggle with this album. Number 7 is oh my god, I'm just not going to be able to say it now. Apocalyptic City. Boy, that words get stuck in your head, you just can't get them out. Number 6 is COT LOD. 2 great songs, nothing to really add to that. I mean, we all know this album. Number 5 is The Haunting. That's another one that went from 2 to 1. I mean, 2 to 5. It got bounced around in there. Number 4 is Alone in the Dark. This song is actually, I think, number 8 on the record. I want to make sure I get this right. Yeah, it's number 8 on the record. I think it's one of the songs on the album that don't fit, but it works. Does that make sense? For me, I like this song in the middle of the album. It's a great, breakup, almost an interlude style song for me. It's just how it feels for me. So I put that at number 4, Alone in the Dark. Number 3, honestly, this would probably be my number 1 song if I didn't hear it so much as a kid. As an adult. It was overplayed on, Headbangers Ball and on the local radio, because, very few times did they actually play deep tracks, deep cuts on the albums, and that's Over the Wall. Again, fantastic friggin' song. In normal circumstances, probably would have stayed at number 1 as the lead-off track is on the album. It's a great lead-off track on the album. Number 1 and 2, as I said, I had to bounce them back and forth several times. My second to final list, it was switched around. But number 2 is First Strike is Deadly. Love that song. These top Testament song for me. Obviously, number 2. And number 1 is Burnt Offerings. I love this song. It seems like the more I listen to that song, the more I like it. That's what happened through the run-through. I listened to this album today in order to do this twice in a row because I was fighting with myself over the list. And I said, I'll give one more list and one more listen, and then when I come out of that, that's what I'm going to do. And it got switched around where Burnt Offerings got to number 1. Well, there's my list, guys, from 1 through 9. I know a lot of people love this album. I know a lot of people love Testament. So what's your thoughts on the album? Do you give it a 10? Do you agree with my ranking? What's your ranking? Comments are always welcomed. I need your input to keep doing this because I personally feel silly when I do stuff like this. But I've actually enjoyed it as well, as I mentioned in my last video, that going through albums and listening to it in a different way. Thank you guys again, and I will catch you all real soon in my next episode of Ranking the Record. Now I need to throw a commercial in here. Is that what I need to do? Y'all have a good day.